Good to see you guys again. I hope you've enjoyed learning all about the technical pieces to my project. In this conclusion, I will discuss my thoughts on the results, the challenges, the potential improvements, and the entire process as a whole. Overall, I was kind of bummed by the results. The program can only detect a relatively small range of colors. As you could see in my final results, it identified the pink shirt as red. Second, I haven't quite determined all of the middle colors with mixtures between red, green, and blue. In fact, I only added teal after I realized I had an article of clothing of that color. Third and last, the program in this state isn't useful to people with color blindness, yet. I stress the yet part because if I were to implement the entire program in MATLAB, along with a GUI to upload camera pictures to read the results aloud, this might be helpful. All of that leads into the question, how could this be better? I can improve on all of the things I discussed on the past slide, but here are some other things I'm not fully satisfied with. Number one, I would use a different color background for the image data set. I touched on this during the gathering input section, but it would really be ideal to use a black background to increase the range of colors I could filter and classify. Number two, I would automate the transition from MATLAB to Python. I had to copy and paste the matrices from MATLAB to Python. This sounds easy, but these are pixel value maps, which contain thousands of data points. Number three, last but not least, I would automate the Python dictionary process. I currently hand import the tuples into Python, but there's a way to sort them into a dictionary that would only require another function or two. I faced a couple difficulties over the course of the semester. First, I struggled finding the basics. I've learned matrix manipulation in MATLAB from my linear algebra class, but outside of that, I knew relatively nothing about MATLAB. It was hard to find, say, how to upload an image onto MATLAB, because it was so low level that surely everyone would know it already. Fortunately, I persevered and clicked through enough buttons that it somehow worked. The second challenge I faced was motivation and management. Normally, when I work on a project, I sit down for a couple hours and finish it entirely. Sometimes it takes a couple of days, but in general, I don't move on until it's done. That was not reasonable with this type of semester-long project. I had to segment the project down into weekly checkpoints. With these checkpoints, I was able to sit down once a week and grind through the work. However, here comes the next issue with self-paced projects: motivation. There were weeks I didn't want to spend my Saturday night sitting on my computer messing with code I didn't even understand. And there were weeks that I had so many assignments I felt too busy to complete something else that was due way down the line. Now, I'm not stating these challenges saying this project was awful and I should have given up. I'm glad I had this experience because it increased my self-efficacy. I'm proud that I was able to keep myself in line and finish this project. This entire process as a whole was a great experience. I'm still happy with the topic I selected way back in September. During this presentation, I was a bit critical of myself, but honestly, I'm very proud of all the effort I put into this project. Thank you so much for reading and listening to my journey.